You're such an asshole.
I just had to do a video on this one. From Heat Street, black authors only bookstore facing closure because so few people shop there. A bookstore which only sells works by black authors is facing closure because it can no longer attract enough customers to turn a profit. New Beacon Books, a store in North London, says that its back is against the wall after 50 years in operation. Well, how did you make it 50 years in operation? You must have had some profit then. What's happening now? Do you need asshole consulting to come in and take a look at your management? No, I'm being deadly serious. I'm not against businesses and specializing in whatever you want to specialize in. You go ahead. The business, which claims to be the UK's first store specializing in black literature, has cut its opening times to just 18 hours a week to save cash. Could it also be that people are just buying the books online? Could that be it? I mean, what was it? Borders Books has closed down. I'm surprised Barnes & Noble's. Tower Books, Tower Records, if you guys remember that, it's closed down. All retailers are kind of suffering because Amazon's kicking their ass. Unlike those stores which sell a full variety of books, New Beacon had excluded profitable releases by choosing a racial focus. As such, the store faces its imminent closures unless donors give them £10,000 is about 13,000 US dollars, and free labor, spelled labor, because it's the UK. A video posted to the store's GoFundMe page called on volunteers to repaint the premises, install new shelves, build it a website, and an online sales system to help it compete. Store manager Janice Durham called on black people in particular to visit the store and hold meetings there to defend their culture. All right, here's where I have a problem. I think this is where... You're a parasite. This has nothing to do with black. This has nothing to do with it. You are, and now it makes me wonder how you stayed in business 50 years. Was it because of charity? When do you take the hint? See, the real world, that's the real world. I know you're unaware of it because you're doing this. We want to sell these books. I would like to sell books. My bookstore would be Why Aaron Clarey is the Greatest Fucking Guy Ever. And all the books would be about how I'm the greatest guy ever. I would like to run that store, but you know what? The real world probably wouldn't want to buy those books. And what you got, typical fucking leftists, you're arrogant, you're selfish, you don't give a damn what the real world wants. It's, I want to do what I want to do and the world will pay for me. I'm going to major in English even though I live in an English-speaking country. I want to make women's studies, hyphenated, you guys in the UK. Do they have, what is it, African British studies? Do they have dipshit degrees like that over there too? Look, stop, you're basically panhandling. Well, you are e-begging right now, but you're panhandling so you can pursue your hobby and avoid a real job. You don't give a damn what the rest of the world wants. You don't give a damn what the rest of the world demands. You don't care to carry your weight. You want to be sitting there with a cup in your hand, and you can dress it up with a bookstore front, and you can hide behind race and call any criticism of this racist like a coward. All right? But in the end, you're a bum with a fucking cup in your hand. All right? You're that's all it is. And you want to not work in the real world. You want to be special. You want to be better than other people because you don't think it's work. You don't dare actually work what people want. You don't work a real job. You don't serve coffee. You don't work as a waiter or a waitress. You don't work as a union person. You don't work as a janitor. You don't work as a surgeon. You don't work as STEM. That takes hard effort and work. Either on the upfront part where you have to study for it to become a surgeon or an engineer, or the end part of it where you're cleaning toilets as a janitor. It's work. And you're doing it in a selfless, altruistic way. You're getting paid for it, but you are helping out other people. You guys don't give a damn about helping out society. You want to sit there and stew in your own little world because it's black, or pick you could go ahead. I'm sure there's a feminist studies book thing, or feminist, a women's only bookstore. I'm sure there is. But now that it's been proven to be unprofitable and nobody wants your shit, now, like typical fucking leftists, you put your ego and yourself ahead of the rest of society. And now you want other people to fucking bail you out. You are no different than the fucking bankster scum we bailed out. No different. Okay, you guys are not going to tank the economy. And frankly, I think you guys aren't as evil as the bankers. But the economic philosophy of parasitism and being bailed out for your mistakes, That remains consistent. Actually, you guys are nowhere near as evil as the bakers as I dealt with. So I'm actually kind of sad that you didn't make a profit. Sad you have to close your storefront down. But this isn't going to solve the problem. Ooh, you get 10,000. Look, if all it is 10,000 pounds, which is 13,000 US dollars, and then free labor and everything, that's just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. You have a much larger problem. Nobody wants your shit. Nobody wants it, or not enough people want it that you can maintain a physical store. Here's some free hassle consulting advice. Sell the physical store, get rid of your leasing your rent, and just go online. I don't know how big the store is. The store looks pretty small. But Hassle Consulting would say, look, keep the store open. Just call it Black Books. Although that might already be taken because there's obviously a British comedy called Black Books. But come up with a website. Offer it online. Learn, just become a shipping. And that's where it is. And then you'll probably sell, you'll make money. You get to continue to do what you want. But if you're that arrogant and cocky and spoiled to think that, well, I want to actually own a bookstore and be here, and the world should pay for me, acknowledge now you are a parasite and you need other people to bail you out so you can play make-believe fucking bookstore owner. All right? You are not a real bookstore owner. You are not a real entrepreneur. All right? You're not helping out. I mean, people got to actually physically visit. You want to spread black authors? You want to spread black literature? Offer it fucking online. Do that. You'll reach the globe. You could use, there's these things called delivery. There's DHL and FedEx, and they will take your books that you are selling and deliver it clear across the fucking planet to somebody who wants to buy it. But the business model you have now, because you just want to have it, don't dare you call me a racist. You're racist. No. I'm a good businessman, and I'm trying to help you out. You think, I want to keep this. This is what I like to do. You are living in a delusional world. And it just adds additional, I don't want to say evidence. Well, it is evidence, albeit anecdotal. It's another interesting anecdote when leftists try to run a business. Because your ideology doesn't adhere to the real world. I love it. We're fighting capitalism. That's where we're going to start a communist. There was a communist restaurant in Boston, I think it was, that had shut down. Because there were no rules. They didn't adhere to anything. Like, well, we're going to have everything decided communally with the employees. They shut down. And look, it's the real world telling. If you listen, the real world in the universe is trying to tell you something, right? And that is, you're wrong. You're wrong. And you have a choice. You could keep living in delusional world, all right, and being miserable and unhappy and failing because you're not living in the real world, or you can adapt, all right? You can adapt. I'm a libertarian. You can have whatever book you want. You can have the store, wehatewhitey.com. Fine, go knock yourself out. We really don't care, right? But it has to be abiding by the real world. And if you don't abide by the real world, you will waste your life. You will waste your fucking life trying to sell shit nobody wants. You think Bill Gates had this problem? You think Steve Jobs, Apple has this problem? People are banging down their doors to get their fucking product. Just, you could still do it by going online. I don't know what... But no, it's your dream and your insistence on the world bending to your will instead of you bending to the will of reality. Anyway, assholeconsulting.com. You guys got questions and you need them answered with truth reality, not Oprah, leftist, Obama, poppycock, and bullshit. You don't want to ruin your life? Go to assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you kids later. Toodles.